While there are numerous man-made miracles that inspire us with wonder, some of the most stunning locations on the earth were constructed by Mother Nature herself. The 7 wonders of the world are interesting to a lot of people. But there are also a lot of beautiful things in nature that people love to explore. Nature is a wonderful thing, and there are many beautiful places on earth. And you should look into them. So today we will talk about 15 most natural wonders of the world. But before we start our countdown, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. 1. Marble Chapels, Patagonia. When you go to Patagonia, you have to see the Capillas de Marmol, or marble chapels. The beautiful caves are in the middle of Lake General Carrera, so you can only get there by boat. The multi-colored marble chapels are one of the more remote natural wonders. They are made up of layers of calcium carbonate formations that were made by wind and water hitting the rocks for 6,000 years. Inside the cave, the colors and arches are so beautiful that even beginning photographers will have a field day here. The early autumn season, which lasts from December to March, is the best time to go. The sun makes the blue waters look even more beautiful. 2. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. One of the most amazing things in the world is also one of the most vulnerable. Whether you view this global treasure from a helicopter or go scuba diving to see more than 1,500 species of tropical fish up close, it's hard not to see how climate change is affecting the area. Warmer temperatures have caused a lot of coral to bleach, and pollution from farms has caused starfish to eat the valuable coral. If the damage keeps getting worse at the same rate, more than 90% of the living coral will be gone in the next 10 years. 3. Grand Canyon, USA. The Grand Canyon is, without a doubt, one of the state's most interesting geological sites. This UNESCO World Heritage Site and natural wonder of the world is made up of several horizontal layers of rocks that are almost 2 billion years old. There are several ways for visitors to enjoy the beauty here. Adventure seekers can take a helicopter ride through the canyons to see them from above or go whitewater rafting down the Colorado River. If you want to avoid crowds and find an easy hiking trail, it's a flat, well-paved trail that people like to walk on at dawn and dusk. 4. Cappadocia, Turkey. You may have seen pictures of colorful hot air balloons floating above a magical landscape of rough cliffs, valleys, and towers carved into the rocks that look like minarets. It's hard to believe that this place is real, but it is, and it's in Turkey. Cappadocia's Anatolia region has a lot of history and culture. Like the 40 underground cities that have been found in the Göreme Open Air Museum, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited places in Cappadocia. You can get a good view of the landscape of this natural wonder from Uçhisar Castle, or you can float in a hot air balloon at sunrise. 5. Blue Grotto, Malta. Malta is a beautiful island in the Mediterranean Sea. It is between Sicily and the coast of North Africa. The island is known for its warm weather all year, ancient cities, beautiful beaches, and, of course, the Blue Grotto, which is a series of caves that form high arches along the southern coast of the island. On a clear day, you can see the underwater plants' fluorescent colors reflected in the cave. This happens because some of the plants live in dark places. Try to book a boat tour early in the morning, when the sea is calm, the sun is shining, and there aren't as many people. 6. Waitaki Whitestone Park, New Zealand. It's hard to choose just one of New Zealand's natural wonders, but Waitaki Whitestone Park is the best. This park may be the most beautiful place you'll ever watch outside. It has beautiful rolling green hills, scenic bike trails, and a lot of wildlife. As you walk, ride a bike, or drive through the park, keep an eye out for interesting rock formations. Just so you know, this New Zealand gem won't be a secret for much longer. This year, UNESCO is going to look at it. 7. Elephant Rock, Saudi Arabia. Jabal al-Fil Elephant Rock is one of the most famous natural landmarks. It is a huge rock in the center of the desert that looks like an elephant. It was formed by wind and water erosion over millions of years. This amazing rock formation is best seen at sunset, but it gets cold in the desert at night, so be sure to wear warm clothes. 8. Northern Lights, Iceland. The Northern Lights, also called the Aurora Borealis, can be seen in many places, and Reykjavik is one of them. In a dark sky, bright streaks of light make beautiful rainbows that are a photographer's dream. The best times to see the dancing light show are in September and April, but there isn't a single place where you can get the best view. It also depends on the weather, so it's best to let the tour guides in the area show you the best spots. 9. Dead Sea, Israel. The Dead Sea, which is about an hour from Jerusalem and is also called the Salt Sea, is thought to be about 3 million years old. It's on a lot of people's bucket lists, and for good reason. Floating on the Dead Sea is like nothing else in the world. The salty water is so dense that it keeps people from sinking. People with skin problems like to go there because they can cover themselves in mud, and the mineral-rich saltwater is said to be good for the skin and help it heal. Just don't shave 1 to 2 days before your trip, because the salt will burn any cuts, and don't put your face underwater. 10. Stromboli, Italy. A small island made of volcanoes that is north of Sicily. Its active volcano, called the Lighthouse of the Mediterranean, because it is 3,000 feet high, has been spewing lava for years. The best time to see the volcano is at night. The best way to see it is on a boat tour. On the island, there are only small motorbikes and ape cars. If you want to walk around at night, you should bring a flashlight because there are no streetlights. 11. Sahara. The Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world. It takes up most of northern Africa and is almost as big as the United States. Contrary to what most people think, the Sahara is not mostly made up of big sand dunes called ergs. Most of the desert is made up of hard, rocky plateaus with almost no sand. On average, it rains less than 3 inches in the Sahara every year. Even in the wettest parts of the Sahara, it might only rain twice a week or not at all for years. 12. Antarctica. Antarctica is, on average, the coldest, driest, and coldest landmass on Earth. It is also the continent with the highest average height. Even though about 98% of Antarctica is covered in ice, it is technically the world's largest desert that doesn't get much rain. Antarctica is colder than the Arctic because a large portion of the continent is more than 3 kilometers above sea level, as well as the Arctic Ocean. Includes the North Polar Zone, sending the ocean's comparative warmth through the ice pack. There are penguins, blue whales, orcas, and seals living in the water around Antarctic. 13. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. The tallest mountain in Africa is an old stratovolcano that is not part of any mountainous region. This makes it stand out more than many other famous mountains. So, the 19,000-foot summit is surrounded by wide, flat plains, making it look like a mirage on Tanzania's wide landscape. As a bonus, the peak doesn't require any technical mountaineering skills to reach the top, so even people who haven't hiked much before can check this off their list. 14. Mount Everest in the Himalayas, Asia. Mount Everest has come to represent any problem that seems impossible to solve. But the real Mount Everest is not a figure of speech. It is a mountain in the Himalayan mountain range between Tibet and Nepal. Mount Everest is more than 29,039 feet high. 15. Victoria Falls. By volume, Victoria Falls is the world's biggest waterfall. It is situated between Zambia and Zimbabwe on the Zambezi River. Without the aid of a lake or dam, the falls are 1,700 feet, 510 meters tall and around 100 feet broad. One of the natural wonders of the world, Victoria Falls is a must-see attraction for travelers to Africa. The falls are divided into 2 main sections by a 1,708-meter-long curtain of water in the shape of a horseshoe. And an uninterrupted sheet of water 2,604 meters long by 1,375 meters broad at its center, with a breadth of 800 meters at its peak. So, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Use the comments section below to tell us what you think about the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of all the latest videos.